Cherry Blossom family, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here or if you're coming over from my friend Katie from OverTheMoony's video, hello and welcome. And if you've never been here before, I hope you would consider subscribing. I put out new Disney content every Monday and Thursday, and today is another installment of Crafted. I love this challenge. Katie asked in her video last week, and if you haven't seen last week's video, I will link them in the description down below. She mentioned that she would like to continue this and wanted to know if you guys would like us to continue this, and it seems like a lot of you do. So let us know down below if you would like us to continue doing this type of crafted challenge. I think it was so fun, and I hope that you saw how much fun that we had through our videos, and today is no different, absolutely no different. So what Crafted is I sent Katie 3 craft supplies and a character from a film, and today's film is going to be Lion King in celebration of the live action Lion King coming out actually yesterday. And then she sent me 3 items and then a name of a character or a group of characters, and for inspiration of what to make. And then we assign ourselves our own character that we want to make a craft to emulate. And honestly, that one is like sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. Let's rewind to last week when I opened the box to see what Katie sent. She sent me this letter that says, she was so good at like making this such a mystery in the Aladdin one. Okay. Hi Jessie, yay for round 2. The Lion King is so much fun and I'm so excited to build some crafts around it. Full confession, I think I cheated on this one a little. There was one item I found that was too cute to pass up, so I themed this to a song. Take as much or as little inspiration as you want, but be prepared for adorable things ahead. Oh my gosh, love it. XO Katie. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, I am prepared. I am excited. Whoa! Yes! Oh my gosh, it's fabric. I love me some fabric. Y'all know that. Hakuna Matata! Yes! Oh my goodness. Yes, I cannot wait. Okay, so here is Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba. These are buttons, so they are like circular back buttons that you can sew onto things. These are gonna be absolute perfection. Then we have this really nice, it's like a quilting, it's like a fat quarter bundle with all these natural colors. So we've got black, brown, like a burnt sienna color, dark tan, and light tan. So those are gonna come very much in handy. And then we have this like metallic burlap, like a golden burlap. That is gonna be super fun to work with. Oh my gosh, I think I wanna make ears. Okay, now it's time for some inspiration. The next craft that we are doing is going to be based off of the character that I chose, and I chose Rafiki. I think Rafiki is one of the best characters in this film. There's something that is so comforting in him, I guess is one way to describe it. He is just such a dynamic, interesting character, and I know that he deeply cares about Simba and Mufasa, and I just really love his story, and I've always wanted to make Rafiki ears. Like, it's always been something that I've wanted to do, and I didn't know what Katie was gonna give me, so I didn't really know I was gonna do ears for what she had sent me, but it just feels like it makes sense. So I'm making 2 ears in this video. I hope that's okay with you guys, but I just feel really inspired by Rafiki, and so I really have always wanted to make ears for him. So let's start. I want to show you kind of what I've purchased so far for him. I got most all of this at Joann's Fabrics. So Rafiki is stunning. He's got gray fur. He's a baboon. So got a couple of elements that I feel really represent him. So I got this beautiful gray fur. It is a shorter gray fur. I'm gonna say it's probably about 1/2 inch deep. So this fur is going to be for the main part of the ears. And then he's got this like fuzzy white beard. So I actually purchased this. This is a trim that is actually made of feathers, but I feel like it emulates the beard that he has on the side of his face. So we're actually going to make this all the way around his ears. And the ears, not his ears. And then I also got this tribal pattern for the bow, one of the bow accents. I just felt that this was super stunning, super beautiful, and the texture and the coloring of this just screams Lion King to me. So I decided to go with this print. And then something that I felt was really representative of Rafiki was his walking stick. And his walking stick actually has, it's a stick, and then he's got several gourds that are connected together that make kind of like a rattling sound when he walks. Now, the ears are gonna be smaller than like an actual monkey, so I'm not gonna use gourds, but I am going to use these wooden beads, and then I'm going to take and paint some of these wooden beads to look like his walking stick gourds, because the gourds do have like a it's a pattern. I mean, I would describe it as a tribal pattern, but basically it looks similar to like Pocahontas's arm tattoo where it's like this. And so I'm gonna actually paint some of these beads. It's gonna be, I think, somewhat tedious, but I'm gonna paint some of these beads, and we're going to, yeah, make his walking stick, and that's going to be the center of the bow. That's going to be the accent of the bow. And since I found this amazing stick wire, I'm going to use this as his walking stick, because I feel like if I utilized an actual stick, it might be a little bit too brittle for what I'm trying to do. So we're going to use this to make his stick. So let's see what we come up with. I just completed sewing around the Rafiki ears with the trim inside. So now it's time for the big reveal. So here they are. Let's see. I'm kind of nervous. Okay. So we're gonna, oh my gosh. Whoa. Wow. That is so extra, and I kind of love it. So now I'm going to experiment with this craft wire to make Rafiki's walking stick. And I would like to make it, I mean, it needs to be long, but I don't want it to be too long because it is fitting on a bow. So bows, generally speaking, are about this long. So I probably want to make it maybe just a tiny bit longer than that. But I'm going to make it double because I'm going to double this over. Okay, let's just do this. I'd rather have it be too long than too short, because you can't add material. Okay, so this is how it turned out. I kind of like it. I do feel like it's a little bit too long, but I'm just going to leave it for now until we get our faux gourds on there to actually see like what it's really going to look like. So, but I'm actually pretty pleased with this, so. The first finished product I'm going to show you is the Rafiki ears that I made. I'm actually very, very pleased with how these turned out. They're a little bit more plush than what I was kind of hoping for. They're very, very soft and fluffy and squishy, which there's nothing wrong with that, but I do think Rafiki is kind of a slender, slim character, and so they're a little bit plush for my taste. But I do love how the bow turned out. I do love how his walking stick turned out. So let's take a closer look at these guys. So here they are. Woo! That feather detail was so fun. I actually had to cut it down a little bit because it was a little bit much. So I decided to cut it down, but I do like how it really does emulate the ruff of his fur on the back of his neck. And then here is the detail of the bow. Those are the 2 gourds that I made out of those wooden beads, and I actually think they turned out pretty good. I ended up finishing them off with some nail polish, and again, this is a twisted wire that actually has some like wood attached to it, and I do think that that made it very much look like a walking stick. When I was making these ears, all I could think about was Mariah from Mariah's Whole New World. Mariah, I hope you really like these Rafiki ears. I thought of you most of the time that I was doing it. Rafiki is her mother's favorite character, and anyway, so yeah, Mariah, if you're watching, I made these partly an inspiration from you. And so yeah, so this is what they look like. The bow color turned out well. I was a little concerned about the blue. I wasn't quite sure how it was going to translate, but I do think because he's a baboon and he's got that blue in his face that I do actually think it goes well. So let's try these on and see what they look like. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. So here they are. You know what? Like, I think they're really fun. I think I'm going to probably wear these at Animal Kingdom someday. Maybe I can get a meet and greet with Rafiki with these on. I think he would appreciate them. I'm really glad with how these turned out. Let me know down below what you think of these ears. I think they're a little bit too fluffy, but I do still think they turned out pretty well. Kind of like an off-the-cuff fun design. We have changed it up a little bit. I'm now in my craft room, so the atmosphere is a little bit different. It says Jesse's craft room. Oh wait, you guys can't see that in the frame. Never mind. So we're in here hanging out because we're getting ready to make the craft that Katie had sent to us. I think I've got a good idea for this. So my first initial thought was, I really want to do a bow in this for ears. I love making ears, and so I think that's what I'm gonna do, but I wanna make a set of wire ears. And wire ears traditionally are like flower crown style, but I recently watched Hakuna Matata, like the actual footage from the film, because I wanted to make sure that I was getting somewhat close to it. And it's during when Simba's growing up, right? So they sing this song as he's growing up. And one of the things that I really loved about the song was the part where they are in the jungle and it's all green and beautiful. And I was like, instead of flowers, I think we want to go with like green foliage. So that's kind of where I'm leaning towards right now. So let's look around the craft room. Let's see what we have here. And then I think I'm probably going to have to go to Walmart because I know that I don't have all the foliage that I need. I'm looking over that direction because that's where my fake flowers are. I know that I don't have what I need, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to go to Walmart anyway. So let's take a look around and see what we've got. Okay, so welcome to the horrendous craft closet. It is got a lot of stuff in it. So one of the first things is in this is my set of drawers for all of my ear stuff. Sorry, it's a little messy in here. Here is what I have. Oh my gosh, I forgot I had this. Oh yes, okay, so let's experiment with a couple of things. So this is actual wire, and the wire has like this beautiful twine wrapped around it. Why can't it focus? There we go, it's got this beautiful twine wrapped around it. Stunning. Okay, so we're gonna take that, and then I also, I don't know, we may wanna see how this looks against the burlap. So we're gonna set these. Okay, guys, my craft room is really small, so I apologize for it being so messy, but this is what we are living with. Also, can we talk about this Winnie the Pooh clock that I just got? I am obsessed with it. Anyway, okay, so this is what we have for fake flowers. I feel like there is one in here. Oh, here we go, here we go. So this is some of the green foliage that I think would work. We should be able to steal some leaves from these, but I do like this coloring. I think it's like really nice and rich. So I really think that's the only one that I have that's just green foliage. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go with this, and then we're gonna go to Walmart and try to find something that will match this. We are outside in front of Walmart. Let me show you Walmart. Here is Walmart. I want to do some like foliage. So I'm gonna see if they have maybe, I don't know, like, I was gonna say sticks, but I don't know if that's what I really want. But like something that's more nature-like. It's kind of the stuff that I was thinking about. The only problem with this actual real material is that it's very brittle. So it breaks really easily. So I think if we can find something that's like this, but like fake, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Like this type of coloring is beautiful. This is what we're looking for. Ferns. Ooh, ferns. Oh yes, we hit the jackpot. Okay. Oh yeah, we're definitely getting these. These are super cool. So we're back from Walmart. And by we, I mean just me, I'm by myself. So this is what we got from Walmart. I found this. So this is just like your typical like just fern, but I feel like this is so jungle-like. Like we're gonna do some amazing things with this. Then I got 3 small bunches of like random foliage. So here's one of them. I really liked this because I like how the spikes look. I think they're going to be really dynamic, and they're very fuzzy, and I love deep textures, and so I really liked how these looked. And then I don't know what this is. I called it seaweed. I don't think it's seaweed, but it reminds me of seaweed. And then I got these. Now I am not 100% on if I am going to utilize these in this craft or not. But again, it was like 97 cents. So it's one of those things like if I don't use it, I'm sure I can use it in something else. It just kind of caught my eye. So I got the burlap out, and I've decided that I just feel like it's going to need a backing on it, because if I put, this is like my regular headband that I utilize for all of my ears, and I wrap them, but if you can see, I don't know if that's going to be easy to see, you can see the black pretty well through the headband, and if I wrap it in this, then all you can see is that color. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Here is the finished headband. I do like how it turned out. It's very pretty. The burlap texture is very beautiful. So now this is where it's gonna get challenging, because I don't know what to do here. So I don't know if we want to use this or if we want to use, actually I am really leaning towards this one. Let's put some foliage up kind of near. Okay, we're gonna use this one. Yeah, it's gonna be this one. Okay, goodbye gold. All right, well, that's been decided. So when it comes to wire ears, something that I feel like should be done is I think that you should take a little bit of your headband fabric and actually attach it to the raw edges to ensure that they get held down. So you can see right now that it's just a little bit sloppy. I use a lot of hot glue on the edges of my wires because I find that when I travel with these headbands, they tend to get a little squished up. So I like to make sure that there's a lot of glue. So I'm going to attach a piece of burlap here, a piece of burlap on this edge, and also on this edge, and then I'm going to wrap the internal portion of the headband. So I'm going to do that now because I just like to secure it just a little bit more. For the internal portion of all of my ear headbands, I like to finish it off with a traditional gimp braid. This is a braided ribbon that you can place to kind of finish things off, quote unquote. So I just take that, and then I take a little bit of Fabric Fusion, which is one of my most favorite adhesives, and I take this Fabric Fusion and I place it on the interior of the headband, and then I use clothespins to help seal it together, and then I'll let it dry for several hours. And so I know this looks like a crazy contraption, but basically what it's doing is taking that GIMP braid and holding it in place until the fabric adhesive dries. So this is a permanent fabric adhesive called Fabric Fusion, one of my most favorite products by Aleene's. Aleene's makes tacky glue. It's the same brand, but I love their Fabric Fusion. It works really, really great adhering fabric to fabric. So I've been really pleased with how it makes the inside of my headbands look. I can't wait to show you guys this once it's all done. So let me set this off to the side, and then we're gonna get started on the bow. So one of the things I wanted to do with the bow, because I think burlap is so cool in that way, is that you can fray it. So all you have to do is like take and pick some of the pieces of thread off to make like this really beautiful rough edge. So I'm gonna do that now, see how it looks. I might have to redo this. Thank goodness there's a, but see, look what it did to the edges. I think that makes it so pretty. So let's try this edge. There we go. Oh yeah, that is really neat. I really like how that made the edges look. Oh, it just looks so earthy. What do you guys think of this bow? I'm kind of loving the rough edge. So because the burlap edge is rough, I am going to take my Fabric Fusion and I'm going to put it on a paper plate, which I know is a little bit strange, but just prevents it from sticking on things. And I'm going to take my Fabric Fusion and I'm just going to do a small brushing onto the very edge. This is just going to seal the seam. It's barely going to be noticeable. It dries very clear. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my finger and I'm going to smush it out just a little bit, so there's not necessarily a definitive line, but it's like it will hold it down and prevent the fray, because you don't want this to fray because it will just continue. It's just like a sweater, it will just continue to fray. So I think that I want to start maybe with the ferns. I feel like I can't start with any of the smaller little guy. I don't know if I'm gonna even use these. If we start with any of these smaller guys, I think it might look funny. Ooh, these are really cool. Maybe what we, oh wow, this is so cool looking. Dang. Oh, I really like how this looks. Okay, well, let's move on to the next craft. So you guys know that I made another pair of ears. I just felt really inspired by the burlap, and I really wanted it to look rugged and jungle-esque and fun. And I think I captured it, because I love how these turned out. I really, really do. And I like that Katie had sent the 3 characters in button formation, because it just really like put this pair of ears all together. Okay, are you guys ready? Here they are. Oh. Here they are. So they are very wild and very fun. The wire ear is a little bit hard to see with my black sweatshirt, so I put my hand behind it so you can see it. But we do have these nice ferns and foliage. And then there are the main men themselves, Timon, Simba, and Pumbaa. And then some more foliage on the other side. The headband is in that beautiful golden burlap that Katie sent me. And these are just so simple and also so fun. I really enjoy how these came out. It's a little bit of a different take on your like typical floral ear, and I kind of really enjoy that. So let's try these guys on. Oh, I like these. Oh, these are so lightweight. Okay. So here they are. Oh my gosh. Here they are. These are so cute on. Okay guys, what do you think of them being not floral? Do you think it goes? I kind of like it. I think it's like very themed and very jungle-esque. I'm really, really liking it. But yeah, let me know down below what you think. It was so fun being able to play with the burlap. I don't get to work with burlap very often. Sometimes I feel that burlap can be really hard to work with. But I think if you interpret it the right way, like I feel like it was actually a little bit easier when you kind of try to work with it. Like I took some of the threads out to fray it a little bit and like kind of worked in the way that the fabric kind of wants to be worked with, and it seemed to go really well. So yeah, like these. So let me know what you think about these two crafts below. I hope you guys enjoyed this like creative journey that we all went on. And be sure to go check out Katie's channel and see what she made with her Lion King inspired supplies that I sent her, and also what she created herself. I have a feeling that Scar is going to be involved because Katie's favorite character of all time is Scar from The Lion King, so I cannot wait to see what she created. I'm gonna link Katie's channel down below, and I'm also gonna pop it up here in the corner for you to go check her out. Be sure to like this video, subscribe down below, and I will see you guys next time. TTFN, bye!